Well, good morning, YouTube. It's May 21st. It is the first day of summer vacation. I'm here with my friend Timothy, who's driven up from Austin to hunt with me today. And we are at the old gravel ramp. There's a couple of cars already here. I'm hoping they're both going in one direction. We'll just go in the other direction, but we'll see when we drop down in the river. It's been a baffling season. I have hit the river multiple times. I have yet to find a high quality point. I found a lot of common points. I'm hoping today is the day the river throws me something nice. There was a good rise earlier in the week. Some real violent storms apparently, because we saw what looked like tornado damage on the way up here. But the river took about an 8.5 foot rise at the Graph, which will probably be a 3 or 4 foot rise this far upstream from it. But hopefully that'll be enough to turn us up something. So we will check in as we find stuff. Come join us. Okay, we made it down here. The folks that were in ahead of us are going back up towards the bridge, so we're going downstream. He said they came about 50 yards down this way and turned around, and that there were no tracks ahead of them, so we should be on virgin ground here shortly. Hoping for good luck. Okay, I've got something here. I don't know if it's a point or a bone or a flake. I'm gonna flip it out, and it's a flake. Okay, we've been here about 45 minutes. No sign of a point yet, but here is a really nice, perfect shark vertebrae. Killer. So here's our first mosasaur vertebrae of the day. I'm gonna let Tim do the honors and pull it out. Yeah, it's pretty river rolled, but ball and socket are there.
Yeah.
Oh, we have hunted a pretty good stretch of river. Thus far, our finds have been kind of limited. What you got, Tim? Yeah, there's quite a few in that layer. We found a few teeth, a few rolled vertebrae. Not even a broken point, one flake tool. We're coming up on a good gravelly area. We are the first ones here. It's come a good rise. There's no reason why we shouldn't be finding more than we are. So we're just gonna go a little further and see how we do. Well, here's a broken tip. That's the first piece of a point that I've found. Not even a very good one. Okay, I just found my first point of the day, or at least it's most of the point. I can tell it's got a little tip damage. Got some good length to it. Let's see. Broken at both ends. Suck. Well, Tim said he wanted to find a mosasaur vertebrae today, and he just got himself one, so we're going to walk over and take a look at it. Oh, yeah. Very solid little vertebrae with both side processes. Good job. I've got something really small here. I've been fooled so many times, but boy, it sure looks like a worked edge. And lo and behold, I finally found a point, and it is a tiny little bird point. I will take it. That gets the skunk monkey off my back. Huzzah! Well, I don't know when I've walked a prettier stretch of clean, fresh walked gravel with 0 footprints for less result, but at least I did find a point. We're making our way back to the car. Still looking at the ground, just not zigzagging now. Hoping maybe to snag something on the way out. Almost all the way back to the ramp, and I found the one we missed. You know what? Yes, it's a Gary point. After a day like today, I will so take it. Okay, boy, that was a long hike. I'm gonna look up my miles in just a second. But this was Tim's stuff. He got one really good vertebrae, several eroded ones. He's got a few other things in his pack. I got 2 shark discs, some teeth, a couple of rolled mosasaur vertebrae, some nice little gastropods and fish bones, and one nice chunk of mastodon enamel. 4 broken points, 1 kind of large flake tool, 2 that are counters, but both of them got little nicks on them, but on a day like this, I'll take them. I don't know how the guys who went upstream of the ramp did. They're still up there. Their cars are still here. Hopefully they weren't eaten by wild pigs or anything, but I'll bet they had a better day than we did. That was a lot of walking for a fairly scrimpy haul, especially not seeing a footprint all day. It's crazy. All right, well, on our way to Lulu's for a burger. I mentioned the storm damage we saw on the way in. This tree was blown down across the road and they had to cut it up, but look at the size of that trunk sheared in half. There's some more on up the road I'll show you. Now this is some of the trees that had blown down across the road that the farmer, I guess, cleared out and piled up there. Some more storm damage right here. What's crazy is, according to the old timer we talked to, this was straight line winds, not a tornado. But it sure did a lot of damage. This is a huge oak tree. Look at that big old limb just ripped right out of the top of it. That's just crazy. So anyway, that's just a little bit of the storm damage we saw from the storm that rolled through Monday night. Long day on the river, I'll tell you, you know, hey, I'm glad to have found anything. I was really starting to get desperate there, but yeah, those were kind of meager results compared to what we got even just a few years ago. But you know, the next rise, it's a whole new ball game, and I'll be back out here again, and I'll be bringing you guys along. Going home by a little bit different route. I did not see this on the way in, but man, took the roof clean off of that barn and scattered it for a half a mile. And there's more big sheets of tin on the other side of the road from something else that it knocked over. They say it wasn't a tornado, but man, that looks like tornado damage. Hey, good morning, YouTube. It's a beautiful day, 25th of May, down here with Joseph and my new friend Travis. We're gonna check out my favorite creek and see if this latest rain washed anything out. We'll be checking in as we find stuff. Okay, we're down here in the creek. Joseph is gonna go up and me and Travis are gonna go down. Looks like it's had about 2 foot of water this time, but then it had 4 foot of water last week. So between the two rises, hopefully it's brought us up something really good. Travis just picked this up. Not sure what it is. If that's a rib, that's the thickest mosasaur rib I've ever seen. It may be part of a limb bone. Really nice though. Find the really old bottles in one piece down here, but this one is intact and it's got an applied top, so it's 19th century. Very nice. That purple glass, I'm real happy with that. Okay, the creek's been a little stingy. Well, I just found, at the very least, an artifact. I don't know if it's a point or not. Right here. Broken tip. Okay, still no points. We've turned around, we're heading back, but here is a nice, oh man, mosasaur vertebrae with the arch still on it. But boy, the ball of the vertebrae itself is pretty eroded. Still, that's a decent piece. Best fossil of the day. Okay, we have turned around and we're making our way back up. Man, I just fell in a hole and got myself soaked. Fortunately, this phone is waterproof. Oh man, I just went in, took one step and went from my knees to my chest. But yeah, the creek hadn't been real good to us today, so we're gonna try somewhere else. We'll check in a bit. Well, no matter how thorough you think you are, there's always stuff you miss. Beautiful little Xiphactinus vertebrae. Okay, well, Travis and I just got out of the creek. That was the best mosasaur piece. A couple other really eroded verts, a couple of bison teeth. This is a big toe, joint, ankle bone, and I kind of think it's older than cow. I think it may be bison. Really pretty fish vert at the end. One broken tip of an arrowhead. Really cool old 19th century bottle. And whatever this big old hunk of mosasaur bone is. Joseph hasn't made it back to the bridge yet. Hopefully he did better than us. A very tough day. This is Joseph's finds. He got the only complete artifact of the day. A really nice little darl point made into a blunt. Several broken pieces. A really cool fish fossil there. Ammonite section. That's a piece of mosasaur jaw. Turtle shell, just random stuff. We thought that was a Waco sinker. We decided it wasn't. Then walking around over here, I left my phone in the car when we went to our second stop. This is everything I found for the day. Cool bottle. Vertebrae with neural arch still attached. Several worn vertebrae, bison teeth. This one I think was there. That I found in the main river. Really nice baculite from the main river. Some enamel, bone pieces, canine tooth. Big, this is a foot lower leg bone. It's called an astragalus. Not sure if it's bison or cow, but it was kind of cool, so I kept it. And that was really it. It was a tough, tough day. And Travis didn't find a whole point either. There were no whole points to be had. All right, so there we go, signing off. Till next time.